call. It's a wonderful, beautiful morning, and we have some fun things to talk about. So this title is a little controversial. First off, before we dive in, let's just talk about the last little bit of housekeeping. So the real world's coming online. It's exciting. It's fun. So it's going to take some time. So bear with us as we get everything dialed in. Obviously, you can imagine there's some factors at play getting this to all work really well. So let's talk about today's topic. Now, the title might be a little different. I said that copywriting might not be all that there is, or copywriting might not be the most important thing. So it might be kind of odd coming from the copywriting professor inside of the campus. But let me tell you a little bit why I said what I said and why it applies to you. So the other day I was having a conversation with a copywriter, and we were talking about writing different types of emails. And the guy I was talking to was like, hey, do I have to go full copywriting in every email? Or is do I have to go full persuasive in every email? I was like, what do you mean full persuasive? Like, what do you mean not go full persuasive? He's like, yeah. So we were talking, I was trying to get to the bottom of what he was saying. And at the end of the day, he's like, do I need to weave Nesby into every single line? Do I need to, use all these copywriting techniques heavy-handedly in every single line of the copy? And I was like, no, man, of course you don't. That's not what you need to do. That's not what makes great copy. Because, and let me just kind of fill you in on why that is, right? Copywriting isn't about because there's specific techniques we use in copywriting. There are things we use to amplify pain. There are things we use to catch attention. There are things we use to persuade someone, change beliefs. All of those things happen, right? And it's like there's a sliding scale of how direct you can be with that. You can be very, very overhanded salesy on one side, where you're using these techniques full bore, completely to their max, or you can be completely dull, where you don't really use them at all, right? And copywriting is a sliding scale. The amount of copywriting magic you add to something is a sliding scale. But it's not the most important thing. Copywriting actually is something that enhances a good offer. It enhances a good brand. It cannot overcome those deficiencies, right? Copywriting is only important once you understand your target market, once you have a product that matches the needs of your target market, and once you've established trust with that person, right? With that person, your audience. If you try and do copywriting before you accomplish any of those three things, it doesn't matter how good your copy is, how well you use this technique or that technique. It won't make a single bit of difference for the conversion that you do, right? Copywriting works extremely, extremely well when you understand the person that you're talking to, and you understand their life, you understand their dreams, you understand their pains, their frustrations, you understand their current version of reality that they're living in. You understand that completely, right? Once you have a product and you've identified how that product specifically can help this person inside of their life, once you understand that first part, that's the first foundation. That's why I have you guys do research. That's why it's really important. I help you guys understand how to think about people and how they work, and how to think about how businesses and how they help people from the very beginning of the boot camp, right? I teach you how to go out and research and find these things. That's number one, right? You have to have that sort of combination, that dyad checked off. If you don't have that, if you're trying to write for someone you don't fully understand, your copywriting won't be very effective, because it won't be directed at the important parts of their life, right? If you understand the person but don't have a product that can actually help them, if it's a scam, it doesn't matter how well you copyright, how well you use these different techniques, you still won't be able to help these people. You won't be able to sell something to them because it doesn't match their actual needs, right? It's extremely important you have that figured out. And then on top of it, there's the trust, right? People only buy things from people they know, like, and trust. People only accept new beliefs from people that they trust. If you go too far on the salesy side of things, if you are heavy-handed salesy before you've established trust, it shows that you are trying to take from them instead of trying to give to them, right? If your offers appear as you providing something of insane value for that person in their life, if you truly you or your guru truly believe with all your heart that you are changing the world with your product, that you are impacting lives, and if you have the receipts and the results and the testimonials to back it up, it gives you a stronger ability to use copywriting tactics. You can be a little more heavy-handed without violating trust. And once trust is violated, your conversion rate drops to nothing, right? Trust is the foundation for this. And you need to make sure that you're writing and the way that you present yourself is authentic, that you are providing value to these people. They are getting value. You are not just someone who is there to take every single dollar from every single person they can possibly talk to. You need to make sure that they understand that you are there to help them, and that you deeply and firmly believe that what you are offering has the capacity to change their lives. If you look out at the world, and if you look at different brands, there are people you follow online. You can notice some people who are definitely like this. They believe that what they're doing, it works, and they believe that what they're doing is genuinely beneficial for people, and they provide a lot of value up front to help people develop trust in them. And these are typically the brands that do really well over a long period of time. And then there's some short-term thinkers out there that go heavy-handed with the copywriting, with the techniques, with the persuasion techniques, without having these other foundations in place. And they might make some money here and there, but they don't have the longevity, and they don't have the massive profitability that happens once you accomplish these three things. You understand your target market, you understand your product, you have built trust, and then you add the copywriting on top of that. Once you can add the copywriting on top of all the foundation, it accelerates things massively. It's like dumping kerosene on a fire. Everything takes off, right? And that's where you come in and really help brands. If you show up to a company and you can help someone who's already has a defined avatar, who has a product that works and has some level of relationship capital built up with these people, as long as you can come in and continue to build that relationship capital, you can help them with copywriting massively increase their profits. If you show up to a business that doesn't understand the target market, doesn't have a product that works, and doesn't have any trust, you got a long ways to go before you can actually help them, right? I personally have only ever worked with brands where I believed the product they were selling actually could help the people. Once I have that key belief, it allows me to write more powerfully. And sure, not every single line has to be hyper copywriting. You want to make sure you're balancing it with a certain level of authenticity and a certain level of just pure normal value giving, like one person talking to another. But those elements of persuasion are going to exist inside of good copywriting once you have these things figured out, right? Once you have the feeling right, the technique will follow almost automatically. If you know the technique, if you're good at the technique, it'll just sort of pop out when you're writing your emails or your sales page. But copywriting only comes after you've understood the avatar, their current situation, their dreams, their desires, their pains, their frustrations, their current map of reality. It only comes after you understand how the product and solution help that person and transport that person to their dream state. And once you believe that it actually works, and it only comes after you have established trust. Trust is extremely important for this whole thing. Then you can apply copywriting and it can produce the massive results that we teach you how to produce. If you skip those steps and just try and like strong muscle your way through with a lot of copywriting technique, it's not going to be effective. And it's foolish to think so. So as you guys are approaching your sales conversations, this applies when you're reaching out to prospects on during your cold outreach. It applies during anything you really do in life. Until you have those three things figured out, you're not going to be very effective, no matter how persuasive your writing is, if you don't have those three things figured out. If you have those three things figured out and you add some persuasive writing, some technical aspects that make you a better writer, you are going to do extremely well. You're going to outperform the competition who just focuses on the persuasion. You're going to outdo them by 10, 30, 40, maybe even 100x, right? I'm not like those numbers aren't even an exaggeration. So keep that in mind. Remember that copywriting is important, but it has a place. It's sequential in order. You have to have these foundations. It's like, pins in a tumbler, right? Or like numbers in a safe, like when you're undoing a combination on a safe, you have to go through sequentially one by one by one, and then it allows you to sell, and then it allows you to be persuasive. You have to earn that right. So keep that in mind as you're going through this. Don't muscle through your lack of understanding and lack of trust with just persuasive ability. Make sure that you're backing up with that solid substance that will allow you to actually persuade people and help them understand that you are working for their best interest, and your best interest is a mutually beneficial trade that you're not just taking from them. Because that's what most people in the world do. They just try and take without providing that understanding the world is a value exchange. We have to provide value, provide an environment of trust, so then you can then earn the ability to continue to provide more and more value at a higher and higher rate of compensation for yourself. So keep that in mind. Use this principle. Understand the importance and the place of copywriting. Don't ignore the basics. Make sure that you are covering the bases and understanding how people work and how you can actually help them. And once you truly believe that and you can feel that like humming through your body, then you are able to sit down and write and use copywriting at a higher level. We're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. So In the meantime, keep your eyes on the real world as things continue to update and improve as we get everything up to speed and you guys are able to move over there where we can have better and more interesting conversations. In the meantime, keep going through the material, keep working inside of your Legion. You guys are doing great things over here in Discord. We're going to bridge the gap and get you guys over there pretty quickly. All right, guys, I'll talk with you again tomorrow.